with MVC discussion with out of C1 XML example and JSON responses. I created one JSON example uh, with the Maven project, included dependencies, Spring Web Core, Web MVC, and JSON library one included, Jackson Mapper, one extra library added along with, just to convert object to JSON response. So in this example, no, already I have this one. So this libraries, if I include manually, that one also might work. Nothing to do with our example also, right? So already we have code there. So just include it in the same way and see. Add this library. So if you see here, one more additional configuration that I did. Usually servlet name we used for XML file so far, right? Servlet name hyphen servlet.xml file. In case if you want to use custom name and custom path, you can use this context parameter along with the servlet configurations. You can configure context config location. This is a predefined parameter name. You can use this parameter name and you can give your custom path. And this context config location will be loaded via context loader listener. So when you want custom name, you need to configure this. If you want to continue with only this name, only servlet name hyphen servlet.xml file, in that case this is not required. Okay. So here in the configuration, when somebody call rest slash something, here is my JSON controller, something given KFC slash brands, rest slash KFC slash brands. If I call here, I'm constructing a object, a shop object. In this object, I'm passing this input parameter via request mapping. I'm sending one path variable. That path variable I can put here. Same thing, I'm constructing a object here, a shop object, name and array of fields, staff name. So finally, when I construct a JSON, it is going to convert like this: a JSON object with the name and the name value, whatever value you pass, comma staff name, array of fields it will pass here. Yeah. Okay. Just a JSON response example I'm showing. So earlier we tried with response body, but due to libraries not availability or incompatibility, that was not succeeded. Same thing. We used the response body, but that is unable to get it as a JSON. Same thing we are doing here. Same thing again doing here. Okay. Let's see. We may apply this library also to our example, and we will see how it works. Same controller I have, and I have a method with the at the rate response body with object. The same thing which we implemented. SMS example. Yeah, for any servlet, that is the main mapping, right? Master mapping or root mapping. Even for our application, also we need the same. Even our case also, what we have done here, method level URLs we have, And in web.xml file, nothing specifying specific. In web.xml file, we are saying allow any request who is having .rbu extension. Here in this case, we put slash rest. So that means it is saying only slash rest URLs only. Whoever is calling URL with the slash rest, their URLs only will hit here. In our case, we are conditioning .rbu. Any request with .rbu, we are allowing here. Yeah. So main URL, master URL. See how many forms we are mapping to one controller. Dispatcher servlet. Dispatcher servlet ready to take any number of forms inputs first. Okay. You will be having so many views. Each view may have different set of URLs. Okay. One is registration. One is something list of employees I wanted to see. One I want to delete. Consider these all are different set of URLs you have. Hmm. So in web.xml file, first we configure which all URLs you need to allow. That is what here we mentioned star. Star means anything. I am saying allow anything. In our example, we mentioned star means we are saying allow anything who is having .rbu extension. So something extension I am adding here. .rbu, .praveen or .naveen. Friend, yeah, yeah, that is in Spring XML or we are using request mapping. So all the requests will come to dispatcher servlet. So that is how we did URL mapping. So every URL will match with your web.xml URL path. So as per that web.xml path, your request should go to dispatcher servlet. From here, how it will catch up your controller, how it will send request to the implementation controller classes. That is what we can. That is what we are doing. That is what we're doing via request map. This is my controller. This controller class is having create method when that method should execute. So that URL we mapped here. In pure XML scenario, how we did this? We configured it in bean name, if you remember. So instead of that bean name, now we shifted to request map. Your URL should mapped via request mapping. Request mapping is the key to map your front end to your controller. Student controller, we implemented books controller. Same request mapping only. Before request mapping, we tried in XML approach, right? In XML, we configured via bean name, bean with the name. Here we placed our action and placed our class name here, controller. This is additional parameter. Along with my request URL, I want to send one path parameter. In how many ways we can send data from front end to back end via post method, via get method, via query string. You can send data via path variables. This is path variable. Path variable means while sending data, user wants to send this way rest slash kfc slash brands slash, you want to send name here in the URL itself. Yeah, name something, chicken if you want to order, he will place that here in the URL. So that URL path variable will come here. So the same path variable we are using. Okay. Same thing. The only difference here it is using library. This one. Same set of library we can download and add to our project also. This library might help for our SMS application. Yesterday we added different set of jar files that not work. Okay. Before trying with this jar, let's see our application. This new project. In new project, I'm sending a request slash rest, a simple URL when I call slash rest slash KFC slash brands slash, when I send a name, shop name basically, something maybe HYD, shop name when I pass, that name will come here as an input, path variable. Same name I'm setting into shop name and staff I'm adding here. Shop is having one simple parameter, one array parameter. We are adding them here into this object. Finally, I'm returning the object. But the expectation is not the object. Anyway, front end can't get the object. I want to receive this data in the form of JSON. So if I run it, see whether we can able to call it from Postman and get the data. So the URL, request URL given slash rest slash 406 response problem, right? We saw the response is unable to get nothing. Libraries got changed. Yeah, brands slash one more path parameter something send. That's right. Rest slash KFC slash brands path parameter or query parameter. No mapping found. Gotcha. No, no. I tried from Postman also. Same path parameter. I think changed in WebXML also. Rest slash. No, no. Let me restart. Unable to find Java compiler. Java compiler. Which version it is configured? Oh, JDK 1.6. So let me use 1.8. Yeah. Yeah. Compiler for compilation time. Build path, yeah, that is for runtime. Not for runtime actually, compiler time. Yeah. So now 1.8 I have. Just Please ensure to using ADK 1.4 or above. Above version only I am using. Installed JRE. Java 1.8 JDK. Preferences. Install JREs is fine. Compiler. Yeah, I added JDK. Clean install. Yes, you are correct. So finally, build went success. Same build path only. Go to build path. Here, earlier that was JRE path. In install JRE, I just edited and given JDK path. Directly pointed to JDK. So while choosing instead of JRE, directly the main route to JDK itself selected. Okay. As soon as it is deployed, no mapping found. Rest path given MVC dispatcher and dispatcher servlet with the name MVC-dispatcher. Did I disturb any name? Yeah, MVC annotation driven. Acha. See, the problem is it is not unable to find this package. Common controller. Yeah. So it is unable to find controller because of wrong package name I mentioned. Just do this one more time and run it. I hope it works. From Monday we'll start Spring Boot. I'll share you the reference document. Right. This is not fair. We'll start from 8 on. Again, 8 to ASM class reader failed to pass class file, probably due to Java class file version is not supported. Screen definitions. Everything is good, but the version incompatibility. 1.6 compatibilities. Get, let's see. Hmm. Now it is giving. Actually, the library which is not supporting Java 8. So with the Java 6 only, it is compatible. Okay. Yeah. So I shifted that version to 1.6 only. So with 1.6, it is working fine. In the newer versions, maybe this Spring version library is not supporting. Okay. So the latest libraries must support. If you use, no, no, that one also I changed to 1.6. Both got changed. Runtime I changed, and here in the JRE compiler version also picked the 1.6 only. Everything is 1.6. Build path also 1.6. And your XML also having 1.6 for runtime. Which one? Controller? Yeah. Yes. And this is the path, main path. If you configure rest, then only that will come till here. That is the main root path, right? We are saying allow whoever is having slash rest. In URL pattern, strictly we are saying with the slash rest, somebody should come in. So this is the parent URL. Within that parent URL, hmm, yeah. So slash rest slash KFC slash brands with the path variable. we are sending in path. So I have one parameter, that parameter here giving as a path variable. So that name will be substituted here. Same name I am appending. Whatever name you send, the same name it is giving in response. You put HYT something. The response appending the same name and getting it. Hmm. Controller. That we avoided when we picked up stereotype here. So when we use stereotype, nothing to map here. You need not to create your class object, right? As I am using stereotype, automatically my controller object will be created. Okay, that is fine. Then how I can do the mapping? Mapping earlier I used to have here my class name and bean name I used to configure. Now mapping shifted to request mapping. Object will be created by using stereotype. Mapping will be done via request mapping. So this request mapping for all the methods of this class, or else hmm, here, yeah, you can put rest. See, if I have here something star only, then in that case directly you can give this URL. Star means anything it will allow. As a condition I added slash rest, right? Slash rest. After that star means anything. Any URL after slash rest allow. So once it is allowed to your dispatcher servlet, from front end I am sending after slash rest KFC slash brands. So then this will be appended to your URL, or else you may put it here slash rest, and you can have something star dot star. Yeah, rest slash KFC slash brand slash. Yeah, this is coming from front end. Hmm. Hmm. No, no. So this is path variable. This is path variable actually. So in HTTP request, we can have multiple types of variables. Post via HTTP post we can send data, via query string we can send data, via path variable also we can send data. So this is path variable. Okay, here I am saying I need this input via path variable. That means something slash path variable you need to add. That value will be substituted here. After brands, whatever you send, right, that is your path variable. That will come here as an input. Inputs to your methods. How you are sending so far? Via post method, or you may take this variable as a simple input parameter as a request body. In that case, yeah, request param, simple request parameter you can take here. In that case, this is not required here. You need not to pass your value. Default it is a get mapping. So when you call slash KFC slash brands with the request parameter, here you need to send the request parameter name. You can mention here Now I'm not using any path variable. So in that case, what you need to do, you need not to pass this HYD here. Instead, you doing it here via your request body. You need to send it form data. I need to send name. The name value is HYD. Then you can submit it. No, no, you can use. It will append here as a query string. Finally, it will append like this name equal to HYD. If I mention get form data, will append it to get query string. If it is a post method in query string, you will not see. That is the only difference. Acha, query params. Right. Maybe get it is itself appending them here. Query parameter section they given here. Let's try. Even in body also it will take key value. Hmm. Mm, no, no, no. Let's try. 404 not found. Up slash brand. Okay, query string I need not to give. As soon as I give here, it is appending there, right? Okay. Automatically appending here. 404 slash rest request body till here it will come request mapping. Thing got changed. Okay. Restarting. Slash rest cap slash KFC slash brand. Acha brands slash brands. Okay. Hmm. Not with body. With query parameters I'm sending. For post you can use body. Okay. You can see the difference, right? Here earlier we send it with the slash HYD. That is why we mentioned here path variable. Now instead of path variable we are using request parameter and the default HTTP method is get. Request method this is get case. We have post case. In case of post you may choose request body. And this type also to post. Okay. Annotation is correct. uh, request body. internal error. Hmm. Yes. No, no. Spring library not supporting ASL library using internally. That libraries are not compatible with the latest version. That is what error it given. In Maven dependencies, uh, here this ASL library, right? Jackson Core ASL. Okay. So this library is not compatibility saying with the new Java version. No, okay. Basically, we mentioned this version, right? 1.9, 1.9.10. So that's the reason it is an yeah, through form only. We mentioned this version. So this is not compatible with the higher versions. That is what error is. So maybe if you change this Jackson version to compatible version, it will work. 1.8 compatible Jackson version if you configure, maybe 2.0 something. Mm, why didn't we put in dependencies? No, you can do it in dependencies also in both the places. But when you want to maintain something common here, like common variable, common version, you can put it here so that it will reference. Always this dependency will point out to these properties. Common thing you can configure here. Okay. Or else you can hard code here. It's up to you. So if you hard code everywhere, you need to keep the same version changes whenever you do. So as I put common here, the same thing will be applied everywhere wherever I use this expression. That is the only thing. Okay. Maven compiler. Yeah, only two plugins. Yeah, we will have a separate Maven discussion. Okay. Uh, yeah. So basically, don't bother much about Maven. Just keep all your dependencies here and put required versions. That's how it will bring library. Okay, and which uh, export you want to do, jar or where also you can mention. And if you have any parent project references, and your project artifact IDs that you need to maintain here, the same thing you should use your for your package names. So then during build, it will go to that package and it will pick and compile them. Okay. So that is what the basic thing that we have to follow. Um, so coming to XML XML example, you try it, okay, for Monday session. Uh, okay, quickly I'll show that example and we'll start with Spring Boot. So the main focus should be on Spring Boot. All these, confusions we don't have there. Uh, Everything compatible versions we will pick up via STS and we do it uh, there. I follow Spring Boot document, same document I'll refer to you. Spring Boot features from Spring IO. This is official website, okay, for Spring documentation. So we follow all these concepts, okay. How to customize banner, all the APIs, event listeners, okay, login, profiling, lot of nice content we have. We go with this. Yeah, okay. So it should be always you need to check the compatibility. Always check the compatibility and keep that compatible libraries into Artifactory. From Artifactory, usually you must be referring your libraries rather than Maven Central, right? So that library should be there in Artifactory. If not available in Artifactory, you may need to request to add them into Artifactory. As soon as they are available, it will be available for you. Okay. Yeah, you need to check for the compatibility. Nobody going to help. No tool will help you on that front. You should Google it and verify if somebody got a problem. They'll explain, or else whichever library you are using, you need to Google it. Whoever given that jars or implementations, they should tell you which version compatibilities. That's how we will add all the compatible library apart from Spring. Okay. Yeah. So that's it for today. I'll share this example and we'll start Spring Boot from Monday. Okay. 8 a.m. only. I'll ping you in the group. We'll start by 8 a.m. Okay. Yeah. So I'll schedule this weekend. I thought, but not get this slot. I'll ask to schedule next weekend at least. We will be having one Sarlet session. Okay. Uh, yeah. JDBC and Sarlet. Not this weekend. Next weekend. Preferably. So I'm sharing this link. This one for Spring Boot and for microservices we follow this. Okay. Most of possible topics we will discuss. Here's emails. We can see WebSockets not required. Kotlin. They given a lot of features, but we will see up to what we require. Quads we have validation API, mail API, messaging given, caching given, at least integration support. Working with NoSQL technology, graceful shutdown, developing web applications, JSON mappings techniques they given, internationalization, logging, profiling, externalized configurations. Okay, yeah, we'll go one by one. Yeah, that's it for today. We'll catch up